What is going on, guys? Twinstinct here and welcome back to another video. So in today's video, Ultra League and Ultra League Remix are leaving us, but I was quite disappointed that we didn't have Premier Cup, but we have got that coming to us next week. So I'm going to bring you top 3 teams that I've been researching, and I do like the look of for the upcoming Premier Cup on Monday. So as always, before we jump into this, please do smash that subscribe button if you're enjoying my content. That would really mean the world to me. Stick a like on the video, because why not? And let's jump straight into it. Okay then everyone, jumping over to the rankings on PV Pokey. Let's jump straight into this then. So we've got first Pokemon on the first team, we've got Jellicent XL. With Hex, Bubble Beam and Shadow Ball on there, you'll get key wins against Empoleon, Swampert, Gallade, Ninetales Alolan and Shadow Machamp. Now we all know all of those there, very common in the Ultra League Premier Cup. You will lose to Venusaur, Dragonite, Kingdra, Abomasnow and Ferrothorn. As you can see there then, very strong stats, strong attacker, very strong on the lead, very good switch option and a very good charger as well. Obviously there is the Ice Beam variant you could run if you wanted to, if you are running into grass types and things like that you are struggling with. Second member of the team then, we have got Abomasnow XL, Powder Snow, Weather Ball Ice and Energy Ball. Key wins against Swampert, Empoleon, Venusaur, Jellicent and Dragonite. So Abomasnow there with the ice type moves obviously covers Jellicent's weaknesses quite well. But you will lose to Alolan, Ninetales, Gallade, Shadow Machamp, Charizard and Obstagoon. A few things on that list there that Jellicent does cover, so there's quite nice synergy about these two Pokemon. A very good lead again, very spammy. Good switch option, good charge and a good closer as well, just because it is so spammy. Has a lot of weaknesses, but like I say, it is a very spammy Pokemon that is there to take shields, so the weaknesses aren't too much of a problem unless you run into a fire type with Incinerate. That could be an issue, but okay, moving on then. Now you're going to think I'm absolutely mental, but I looked up every fighting type above Hariyama, and this came back with the best stats overall with this team, which we will look at the end of this video. So counter, close combat and heavy slam you want on there. This Pokemon, the charge moves are going to take a while to get to, but they're going to hit very hard. So you're going to beat Empoleon, Swampert, Alolan, Ninetales, Kingdra and Abomasnow. You will lose to Charizard, Venusaur, Shadow Machamp, Jellicent and Gallade. So we all know from using Gallade, close combat hits very hard. Doesn't really matter if it's not very effective or not, it still does a good chunk. So yeah, look at the closing on that Hariyama. No one's going to expect to see that, and yeah, not a bad option at all. Quite tempted to use that myself actually, it looks like a very strong choice. So that is it for the first team everyone. Let's just a quick recap. XL Jellicent, XL Abomasnow, and then for a slightly cheaper closer, Hariyama. This is a potential team I could use myself, to be fair. I've just best buddied my Abomasnow to max it out, and I do have a Jellicent to power up, so this could be a team I could try out with Hariyama. Not sure, we'll have to see what I decide to go for in the end. But moving on to the second team then. We are going to go for good old sturdy Swampert. So we've got Mudshot, Hydro Cannon and Earthquake on there. You will win against Empoleon, Alolan Ninetales, Charizard, Shadow Machamp and Nidoqueen. But you will lose to Venusaur, Jellicent, Kingdra, Gallade and Dragonite. Again then, very strong on the lead. We know what Swampert's about. It can fill any role in your team. Only has a double weakness to grass, nothing else. That's why it's so good. Okay then, so for the second member of this team, we're going to go for XL Mandibuzz. With Snarl, Foul Play and Aerial Ace on there, you will get wins against Swampert, Venusaur, Jellicent, Gallade, Dragonite and many more. You will lose to Empoleon, Charizard, Umbreon, Shadow Machamp and Obstagoon. As you can see there then, Mandibuzz XL is a really nice all-rounder, fills any role in the team really nicely. That's why it has a good synergy with Swampert, because Swampert is kind of the same with only that double weakness to grass, and Mandibuzz will cover that issue in your team with that Aerial Ace. Could also run it with Air Slash if you wanted to, for that extra coverage on grass. Okay, moving on to the third member of this team, we are going to go for Obstagoon. Counter user, very handy on every team. You might think I'm crazy, double dark, but the coverage on this team on PV Pokey is not fantastic, but it still covers a lot. and unless the opponent has a Charmer, you're probably going to have a good time with this team. So counter, Night Slash and Cross Chop. You could run Gunk Shot if you're worried about Charmers and you do want a bit of coverage there. So key wins against Empoleon, Swampert, Jellicent, Kingdra and Abomasnow. Key losses against Venusaur, Gallade, Alolan Ninetales, Charizard and Politoed. Again then, very strong all round. So this team is a nice all round team. Swampert, Obstagoon and Mandibuzz, all very nice all rounders. And yeah, like I said, if you want a bit of coverage, Gunk Shot is there. If you do want coverage for the fairy types, it does take a long time to charge up with counter, but it is an option to can win you a match if you are against a fairy in the back. So that is it for our second team then. Just to recap, we have got Swampert on the lead with Exile Mandibuzz and then Obstagoon. Slightly cheaper team then, so we're going from sort of really expensive team at the top down to slightly less. Swampert and Obstagoon aren't too expensive to build. Mandibuzz is going to be the one that's going to cost you quite a bit and be a lot less accessible, but now we're going to move on to a team that I've put together that is probably going to be the cheapest team, but still provide plenty of bulk and plenty of ability to do well in Premier Cup. So we'll start this off then with Snorlax. Snorlax Shadow is rank 26, normal Snorlax is rank 43. So if you have a Shadow Snorlax, obviously use that. If you don't, we'll do the stats for the ordinary Snorlax. So you want Lick, Body Slam and Superpower on there. You will win against Empoleon, Jellicent, Kingdra, Ferrothorn and Galvantula. You will lose to Swampert, Venusaur, Alolan Ninetales, Gallade and Abomasnow. We all know what Snorlax is like, a very nice all-rounder, very bulky, a great safe switch, always. Only really weak to fighting, that is what's so good about him. Moving swiftly on then, you could go for Lapras Shadow if you have access to one which is higher, or you could have normal Lapras, which we will go through because it's a lot more accessible. Ice Shard, Surf and Skull Bash you want on there. You will get wins against Dragonite, Alolan Ninetales, Charizard, Kingdra and Nidoqueen. You will lose to Empoleon, Swampert, Venusaur, Abomasnow and Gallade. And we all know what Lapras is like, again a nice all-rounder. Moving on to the last member of this team then, I thought to round out the bulk really nicely, to have a closer in the back with massive attack power would be quite important, so I've gone for Talonflame XL in the back. The only member of this team that's going to cost you a real arm and a leg to build. With that Community Day Incinerate, Brave Bird and Flame Charge, the standard moveset on there, you will get wins against pretty much anything if they have no shields, because Brave Bird hits like a truck as we all know. So Swampert, Venusaur, Gallade, Alolan Ninetales and Abomasnow. Key losses against Empoleon, Jellicent, Galvantula, Dragonite and Shadow Machamp. Very strong lead there. We all know what Talonflame is like. Not so good on the switch because obviously Incinerate is so slow. A very strong closer in the back as well. A Talonflame with shields is a scary thing. Every time I see it I'm like, oh no. If I'm out of shields you're pretty much done for. Okay, so that is it for our third and final team there guys. So obviously if you have a Shadow Snorlax, use that. If you don't, normal Snorlax is fine. And we have Lapras as well. Massive bulk on that team. And then to round it out at the end, we have a real strong attacker in XL Talonflame to round it out really nicely. Let's move over to the team builder then to see how these Pokemon perform in teams. Okay then, so this is our first team guys. Jellicent XL, Abomasnow XL and Hariyama. Probably the most expensive team on the list. Massive coverage there, an A for coverage and then a B for everything else is not too bad at all, and you've got two XLs in there which are always incredibly OP, so you're probably going to have a good time. Let's just have a quick look. So these are the threats that you're going to come up against. You have something on your team that can beat nearly all of those, sometimes two, and there is no potential threats. Every avenue is covered, and that is a really sign of a really strong team when there is no potential threats at all. So this is our second team then guys, Swampert Double Dark. So like I said, the coverage is never going to be good when you've got a Double Dark, but like I say also the opponent isn't ready for a Double Dark team. They're going to really struggle. You've got A for bulk, B for safety and A for consistency, so across the board elsewhere it is a very strong team, and the only XL you will need access to is Mandibuzz. So looking into this here then, we have got potential threats are covered. This team deals with all these quite well. There is going to be a lot more threats to this team that you are going to see reasonably often. Politoed, Talonflame, Togekiss sometimes, but the rest you don't really see too much of, so this team's probably worth a shot if you have it built. Okay everyone, so this is our last team, probably the cheapest team to build. Talonflame's quite an accessible XL because it's been around quite a long time and we do see a lot of them about. B for coverage, A for bulk, B for safety and a B for consistency. So across the board again, very nice team, a lot of bulk. So the scorecard there then is looking very good. Some big players in the Premier Cup dealt with quite nicely. The only things we're going to struggle against that we see quite often is Machamp really. Machamp we do see quite often, but the rest I haven't seen many of. The rest of those kicking about. Okay then, so that is it from me everyone. Thank you so much for coming to check out this content today. I hope this helped you out with team ideas. Obviously, put these Pokemon in, put these teams in, play around with them a bit. Like Mandibuzz, you could probably maybe get a better coverage if you have Air Slash on there or something, or a different charge move elsewhere. Obstagoon with Gunk Shot. I just went with the recommended moveset, but if you play around with it a bit more, you might be able to get a better coverage somewhere. So as always, please do smash that subscribe button if you've enjoyed the content today and this has helped you out. That would really mean the world to me. Stick a like on the video, because why not? And I'll see you in the next one.